Hi, and welcome back to the Relationship School podcast, hosted by Jason Gaddis
and Ellen Bader.
Bader today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Thanks for listening, folks. Thank you for investing in yourself. Thanks for buying my book, by the way. Getting to Zero, How to Work Through Conflict in Your High-Stakes Relationships. I read it on Audible if you want the audio version. If you're a voice listener, a lot of you podcast listeners have done that, so thanks for that purchase. If you haven't left a review, it would mean a lot to me if you got something out of the book to leave a review on Amazon. Those reviews do matter. I look at reviews all the time on Amazon if I'm there. So please help an author out. Hook a brother up here. If you got a positive review, that would be awesome. And thanks for subscribing. Thanks for listening on your phone and on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, etc. Yeah. Ellen and I are really committed to helping you with your relational life. It's kind of what we live and breathe over here.
Yes.
Yeah. Today we've got a topic we want to drill down into a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You make me feel this way. And
that's
just
the
that
topic.
phrase. That's the topic.
Okay.
I used to, early on in the relationship school and with my clients, way back when I was a psychotherapist, was to try to correct them when they tell their partner, you make me feel mad, or you make me feel hurt, or you make me
feel bad or guilty, or
you make me feel guilty. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, no, try this. I feel when you blank, I feel. And we teach that here at the relationship school, just a simple I feel statement. It's in the book. It's in all of our courses. It's a form of responsible communication because it tends to not set off other people's defenses as much as you make me feel this way.
Yeah.
However, I want to point out a truth here that we do make each other feel things sometimes just by being our neurotic selves.
Yes.
So we want to talk about this for a minute, because if you're policing someone, especially you relationship schoolers, on you make me feel that way, and that's not really an I feel statement, a proper I feel statement. Some of you personal growth geeks, right, like me, I just want you to soften that a little bit, and maybe we can talk about why.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So if Ellen right now were to kick me in the nuts, she would be making me feel some pain in my groin, right? That would be an unpleasant experience for me, to say the least. And I don't know if you've ever been kicked in the nuts, but it's not.
I have not.
I got hit by a tennis ball in tennis practice once, right where it counts.
Horrible.
And I lost it. I dropped to my knees, and it was terrible. It's like junior high. Woo! I digress. Ellen would be making me feel a lot of pain. And when Ellen, if she were to raise her voice at me, or that would impact me, right? I'm impacted. And we could ask the question, is Ellen making me feel this way? Mm. We could ask that question. Mm-hmm. Well, if Ellen wasn't in the room, I wouldn't be feeling this. So she is doing something that is creating a response. There's kind of stimulus response here in me. And that is just the reality. Mm-hmm. And then if we make it even more subtle, if Ellen has a certain look on her face that's I perceive as threatening because of my family history.
Yeah, or even your nervous system perceives as threatening because you're a human being.
Yeah, well, that's usually where it's going to start, right?
Yeah.
With neuroception.
Yes.
I'm going to perceive some kind of threatening thing is going on, and she's not doing anything except being herself. But her behavior, whatever she's doing that she is aware of or not, is impacting me. Mm-hmm. So there is truth in her making me feel something over here. But I don't think it's wise to say, you make me feel as a habit when we communicate. It's not a great habit.
Yeah.
But we've got to just be a little more spacious.
Yeah. There's a few threads almost I want to pull out of there. One is, yes, we are being impacted by our environment all the time. And part of what's in our environment is other people.
Yeah.
And especially other people we depend on influence how we feel and have an impact on how we feel. If you're super stressed and anxious, it's really different for me to be around you than if you're really calm and relaxed and
Yeah.
open-hearted, you know?
How am I doing right now?
You're great. You're mostly great to be around most of the time. Sometimes less so. And so that's a reality that we are having an impact on each other. Is Jason making me feel like, you know, more like being close to him or less like being close to him? Like, not necessarily. He's just being himself. It's having an impact on me. I'm feeling something in response to you.
Yeah.
But then there's this whole other world where I think where people do try to make people feel something. And what I'm thinking about is if someone is so angry, like this would be a typical scenario, angry and hurt. And like, if I'm really angry and hurt and I start talking to you in a way that's like really attacking you. And I mean, I don't think I do that or have maybe ever, I hope, done that maybe once or
maybe
something.
once.
But if I'm like, you're so, and you're this, and you're a jerk, and you're blah, blah, blah. I'm like trying to make you feel like,
Yeah, like punishing me a little bit.
yeah, or like you hurt me so bad, like I'm trying to make you feel guilty maybe. Right? Like sometimes that happens where people are, I am trying to make you feel guilty or responsible or I don't know.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, exactly. That's what immature hurt people do,
Okay.
is they try to hurt back.
Yes.
And we all do this.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like I'm hurt, so now I'm going to hurt you.
I'm going to take a jab. I think no one's really above this kind of human thing. Hopefully, as we develop ourselves, we do it less and less.
Right. Or we know as soon as we start doing it, we're like, oh, wait, that's
and
not going to get us anywhere.
Right. Or we can repair it really fast. And we're like, shit, I did that thing again. But
I lashed out.
Yeah. I'm thinking of myself as a kid. I, for years, told myself a story that my mom was giving me the silent treatment as a kid. Like, oh, my mom always gave me the silent treatment. That's an example of thinking she's punishing me.
Right.
Right. Because she got hurt. She got impacted by me as a little kid, whatever I did or didn't do. And so now she's quiet, and I'm labeling that she's giving me the silent
She's
treatment.
doing this to me.
She's doing it to me.
Yeah, to try to hurt me
Now,
or something.
what I know now after studying my mom all these years and psychology and myself is that my mom, that was the best she could do, was to just get quiet and withdraw.
Trying to regulate
protect
herself, trying not to
Right.
make things worse, say something she regretted. There could have been a lot of things there.
There could have been a lot of things. And yeah, at times, maybe she was trying to punish me with silence because she knew it hurt me.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I don't really think so. But I do think, to Ellen's point, that some partners will punish the other partner with silence. Like, oh, like have you ever gotten an email from someone that's really lame and hurts you, and you already have issues with this person, and you just decide not to return their email because you know it's going to freak them out or piss them off? That's kind of a fuck you. Right? That is kind of...
That's communication.
Yeah, you're giving someone a little silent fuck you back by like, fuck that guy, I'm not going to respond.
Yeah, no communication is communication.
Yeah.
And yeah, so again, it's like, am I trying to make you feel a certain way? I don't know, maybe. But I think what we're trying to get at is, yeah, there are times when we're trying to we're hurt and upset, and we're trying to hurt someone else or make ourselves feel better, things like that. But I think where you started was this idea that, and there's also a way in which, even when we're trying to actually communicate in a more mature way, in a more accountable, responsible way, we still are impacting each other. We're still having an influence.
All the time.
And we sort of have to, I think we have to talk about that. Like,
we do. We got to be considerate that like my neurotic way of being impacts all kinds of people, right? I'm impacting you right now as a listener by how I talk.
Yeah.
You might like it, you might not like it.
Yeah.
And I'm just being myself over here. I might have offended you when I talked about getting kicked in the nuts, right? And like, there's ways in which if I'm sensitive and I care about your feelings, whoever you are, and I know you a little bit, I know what kind of is upsetting to you and what's not upsetting to you, what helps you calm down, what helps you get really reactive. And I'm going to do my best to be considerate.
Yeah. And if you're with me and like I have a adverse reaction to something,
Yeah.
you will try to remedy that. Right. Like if you do say something that hurts my feelings or is like, blah, or offends me, like you follow up and try to be like, okay, wait, what just happened? Or what did you hear me say? Or why was that hard for you? What's going on? You know, so that's us respecting, I think, that we have an impact on each other. We don't always have the impact we intend.
Yeah.
And our intentions are kind of irrelevant at that point. Once there's been an impact, it's important that we clear that up or follow that up with repair and not just try to defend our intentions.
Yeah.
Because I think that's pretty empty. That doesn't make anyone feel better.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't mean to, or that wasn't how I wanted you to feel. Like, so what? This is how I feel. Can you please address that?
Yeah. So you're hearing the word impact a lot. We teach that here at the Relationship School about sharing impact, letting people know we're impacted by their behavior. Go listen to Sharing Impact 2.0 in particular, the episode Sharing Impact 2.0. That's what it's called. And we want to lead with empathy. Like, hey, I know you're busy. I know you didn't do anything wrong here. And I'm impacted by this behavior. I just did this, 2 nights ago, right? Was it last night?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway.
What did you, with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were laying in bed. Oh, it was in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, trying my best to like consider your feelings and advocate for myself.
Right.
Right. Without saying, you made me feel bad here. You're making me feel shitty.
Yes. Okay, I'm
alone,
remembering. Yes. Yeah, it's such a both and.
It's a both
like,
and, right?
You get to have your experience. I get to have mine. We're impacting each other. We're acknowledging all of that.
Yeah.
Like no one's wrong here. Everyone's just, I mean, we're trying to take care of ourselves and each other and
get our needs met.
Be honest.
Everybody's feelings matter, folks.
You know.
And when I share my feelings and you're impacted by those feelings and then you share your feelings, I'm impacted by that. This is where I get triggered when you get triggered and then we get triggered and now we're going down the trigger
I'm
line.
Triggered by your trigger and then you're triggered that I'm triggered by your trigger.
Yeah, exactly. That. Yeah, I'm going to do a video about that.
Yeah, totally.
So, make room. Be considerate. You do impact people. No matter how skillful you're trying to be, you're still going to impact. There is no way to not trigger someone. We can mitigate, minimize, be considerate. And remember, you do at times make people feel stuff. And I think it's a best practice to probably not use that language. You make me feel this way. And it's okay if you do sometimes. It's fine. Just try to, my favorite thing is just when you blank, I felt blank.
Mm-hmm. There's also the way in which people will be like, hey, the way you feel is the way you feel. Like, I have nothing to do with that. Don't put that on me.
Oh, God, that's a whole nother episode.
Should we address that?
Yes. Well, do you want to just say something about it right now?
Yeah,
I think we might have to unpack that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Because it's the other side of that of like, hey, I'm not responsible for your feelings, which is like, yeah, let's say, I think I was saying this to you earlier, if I set a boundary with you and you feel ashamed for a moment, I didn't necessarily make you feel ashamed. I was setting a boundary, even if I was doing it in the best, most awesome way. You still feel like, oh, shit. I don't have to be like, hey, man, that's not...
Yeah, your shame's not
your
my
shame
problem.
isn't my problem. I could be your friend and still be like, oh, gosh, that looks painful.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you okay?
Right. Because you care about
I didn't
my
make
feelings,
him feel that.
You care about the impact.
I didn't make you feel that.
Yeah.
I still can care about the impact.
Yeah.
And I could also be really shaming in my language and attitude and approach and try to make you feel shame.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
which I'm not recommending anyone do, but there is this way in which we have to appreciate that people are going to feel things in response to our actions, even if we're being as responsible, mature, honest, forthcoming. You might still have, let's say, negative feelings about what I'm saying or how I'm being, and I can care about that and be interested instead of, hey, that has nothing to do with me. I'm just saying this. Like, I didn't have anything to do with how you feel, right?
Yeah. I think it's like a spiritual cock block or something, or just it's just like it's just like, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
Your emotions, it's just a shove.
Yeah.
It feels lame. And a lot of spiritual personal growth people use that.
Yeah.
Your feelings are not my problem.
Yeah.
And
it's a complete disregard and dismissal of interpersonal neurobiology, which is science-based. We are constantly influencing each other's nervous systems, whether we like it or not. That is what's happening.
Yeah.
And that upsets me when people
bullshit.
are like, I have nothing to do with that. And I'm like, you do. You're in the room. You're having an impact. You could be having a good impact or a negative one.
Let's go back to the, Ellen kicks me in the nuts. Like, for her to say, hey, sorry, that's not my problem. How you feel about that? It's just like, what? Mm-hmm. Or if she raises her voice, same thing. Like, oh, now you're...
Hey, I'm just expressing myself.
My reactivity now is all of a sudden it's all about me and my problem because I'm so sensitive.
Yeah,
right?
And there's no way to repair, to get to know each other better, to be more collaborative. Like, it shuts down the whole relational process of repair and reconnection, which is vital for security, for resilience, for trust.
Yeah.
Like, we have to navigate that stuff.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a couple we worked with once many years ago where the guy was kind of a spiritual dude and the woman was like trying to advocate for her feelings and he kept, kind of bypassing with, your feelings are not my problem. And you need to go work on that. It's intense.
Wow. It's so sad.
Yeah. So don't do that.
So desolate.
Don't do that, guys. We're into collaborative. Like, a lot of us do kind of suck at collaboration, and we're learning how to collaborate and be a team. And holy shit, like, right, my behavior does impact you. And I want to be sensitive to that and to the room. And I want to also be myself here.
We want to be true to ourselves. We want to look out for the other person. And we want to keep moving our relationship forward. It's a complex task, but there's no other way.
Yeah. You guys got this.
Yeah.
You can do this. And Ellen and I, we talk a little more about this in our relationship upgrade course, which is all about developing relationship security. You can go to relationshipschool.com/upgrade if you're interested in that. Cool. Thanks, honey. Thanks for not kicking me in the balls here.
Yeah.
And appreciate
definitely
you being sensitive to that.
Yes.
And my feelings.
Yeah. It's good to be here.
All right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day, morning, evening. Peace. As you know, I've dedicated my life to helping people with their relationships, right? I want to solve this problem so that all of you can work through your differences and have fulfilling, amazing, badass partnerships and relationships, family, coworkers, friends, whoever. And I have trained a ton of relationship coaches, almost 100 certified relationship coaches, to help you specifically work through your relationship challenges. So I want to invite you to a special deal we're offering to the podcast listener where you can get 50% off your first month of coaching with one of our amazing relationship coaches. Okay, if you're tired of therapy, it feels like that's going around in a circle, or you want to actually set goals and accomplish your relationship goals, hire a relationship coach. Okay, go to relationshipschool.com/get-coaching-now and then use the coupon code FIRST50 to get the 50% deal off your first month of relationship coaching. Super psyched to have our amazing coaches serve you and help you get to the next level. Hey, thanks so much for listening. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Share one of these videos with a friend. We want to help the planet get their act together around relationships, and you are one of them, so thank you.